This short clip is from my live trading room. You can engage directly with my fabulous team and me at LaDucTrading.com for all our research and trades. Or for just my daily live streams, you can access via YouTube memberships. All links are in the description. But what I wanted to talk about also was what's happening with gold and silver. So this is actually finally starting to look bullish for that bounce that folks I know have been waiting for. But let's just take a look right here. This is silver futures, but it also looks just like gold futures. And here we have this kind of left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and it's just starting to break above this structure that has been flat since June, July, and now we're into August, and we have a little expansion candle here that looks like it wants to run into that kind of 44 upside area. Big picture, I'm still, let's just say, not highly convicted. I'm not highly convicted right now that it's going to go above that 4,400 on this go round, obviously, unless the dollar dumps really hard. Here's silver. I have to take a close up of it, but you can get the same kind of gist, which is left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and it's also starting to have a little move higher, and that move higher could be all the way back up into the 69 handle. It's at 62 right now for silver futures, and gold is sitting at that 4,000 handle for several months, and now it's pushing into 41.91. So we'll look at that on a shorter time frame, but this is an interesting fractal for those of you who do currencies and metals, as the dollar yuan has been absolutely in this direction since April intervention. I'm talking 2025. Silver has been absolutely in this direction. So after a few months of sideways, it's starting to look like this wants to move up and this wants to continue its trend, which is right. It had a kind of a time of consolidation. And now this is moving back lower into that 6.7 handle for the dollar yuan, USD CNH, and silver's getting a little bump. How sustainable? I have my doubts. And this is my other kind of funky ratio analysis that helped us get into this long back in spring of 2024 when it was consolidating, and then it did this. It did a masterful this. Right? It broke out in March and then it just continued. And then once it got above a really 2012 high, it was just in fugo for 2024, 2025. And then I warned here because it was 80% above its mean. And I was extremely nervous about that. A geometric mean of a ratio of gold and silver. I know it's a little funky, but I show it to you because it looks like it's actually having a good bounce right here. Finally, at this kind of, it's hard to explain this ratio, but the point is it's having a bounce that looks kind of bullish, and the inverse head and shoulder looks kind of bullish. And that's all I wanted to kind of highlight this morning, that the bullish vibe is yield curve control, 1999 fractal, gold and silver are also getting a little support this morning. And this is the gold, right? So lucky or good saw this lovely inverse head and shoulders, and then it broke out higher. Needed to hold above 4444 is basically what I gave for just easy memory, into this 4379, got above and looked like it was going to roll over, right? So I actually had be careful, this could actually soften and the dollar gets busy. But then Besant came out and said, we're going to do buybacks. And boom, it got above critical. So that black line, that's really important. So it got above the October 2025 highs, very important, and it stuck the landing, and that's all that really matters. So above that 4444, we now see 4675 in continuous contract gold, and we see silver. Remember, I had also given this inverse head and shoulders for silver with a target of 65 and then moving into 71.5. And right now we're just under the silver 70 mark. I think we'll head up into that 70.5 pretty effortlessly as the dollar yuan fades, as the NASDAQ is a little bit weak. But again, Besant at 2 o'clock, PCE this week, NVIDIA earnings. We got a lot going on, plus month end. So pace yourselves. This is important for gold and silver. Those who are trend long, they don't care about this stuff, but a swing direction of volatility, which we just got in gold, right? It got up into that 4444 and then got rejected before Besant came out and backstopped the bonds. And basically the market reads that as debasement. So gold and Bitcoin surged. Now, this is actually more interesting. Basically, it's a gold dollar currency and silver dollar currency. It's basically a gold silver ratio on a monthly, and it is a geometric mean. I'm a mean reversion gal. So I love this on a monthly because it's helped also identify way the heck back here in March of 2024 that this was about ready to break out. So it's critical. And this is the 10-month where we actually had gotten 80% above. And I said, hey, it's time for gold to come back in. It's way above its skis. And we had a masterful short of 16% in 2 days, 39% for silver, 16% for gold. And it's been hanging out here for a good long while. So it reverted to this mean all the way to the October 2025. And now it's bullish again. For the month, it's got a hold above that geometric mean, but that is a nice morning star reversal. So for those who are really, really uber bullish gold, this would be your confirmation. If we can close above on the monthly, I'll be much more inclined to say that this has got legs. And anyway, you already know my level. If it stays above 4444, we're good for a swing continuation in the precious metals. I have to see it first, though, just so you know. We've got gold and silver, I think, have reached their short covering highs, and that's the Keltner channel, and that's what I'm going to be looking for right now, which is coming back down to 421.82 for a little digestion. You can see the 200-day is right here. So we had an overshoot to the downside, and now a nice bounce. And this is unfortunately where it likely goes sideways for a little bit for GLD. And also for SLV. Both of them did a good job. Look at the beautiful follow through. But I think it's going to be a little quiet right now. Once it hits that 200-day for silver, which is about 65, I think that's where it will calm down a little bit. Gold firmly above one buyback day, consolidation on Thursday. That was Wednesday, Thursday, this Friday, follow through, Monday, follow through, getting a little ahead of its skis. What is the measured move, you ask? Hold on. Measured move on that gold continuous contract. I know I gave you measured for silver. So I need a calculator. 400 points. Wow. So then, therefore, 400 points plus 43.79, 4,800 coming up right here. So measured move on this left shoulder, head, right shoulder. The first one is right here. I already gave you that. And we were doing really well, staying below it until Treasury buyback, Besant, signaled he will do more. And we got above. Critical level of 44.44, basically, right here. And now the measured move is 4,800. So gold's not done. And silver, I already gave you this left shoulder, head, right shoulder. And I gave you a level of 71.5. And we're almost there. But I've got another one. 75 is up here. Not 82. No, 65. That's easy one to add $10 right here. So silver still has room to go up into about 74.5, maybe even 75.
Join club to trade with Samantha. Scan this QR code or click the link in the description.